welcome. This is pre-calculus for fall 2020. You are in Dr. Rothstein's class. That's this guy with two thumbs. Okay, 12:30 or 2 p.m. class. Okay, we're gonna be doing some pre-calculus together. All right, so let me go ahead. I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, and today we're going to cover just a couple of things. We're going to cover the syllabus in this video, and we're going to cover logging into MyLabs Plus. So first, let's cover logging into MyLabs Plus. Okay, so MyLabs Plus is the place where you're going to be going to do the majority of your work. Okay, if you took college algebra here with us in the fall or spring, it's the same program, and you don't have to get it again if you did take college algebra with us. If you took college algebra somewhere else, I think you're going to have to do it again, okay? But you click on this link. Now, I personally do not like this link because it takes a while, but it seems to be not taking so long today. Okay. Now, the other way to remember if you don't want to go through the link, it's very easy. You just click www.usf.mylabsplus.com. Okay. Okay, and once you get in there, okay, if you don't know your password or if you're new to it, you just click on forgot your password. Okay, and then you would click your USF net ID. Okay, so mine would be ROTHSTEINI. And then when I click on continue, it would send me a link to my email, to my USF email, and that would allow me to reset the password. Okay, I'm not going to do that because I've already recently reset my password and I'm happy with it. And I don't want to do it in front of everyone on video for everyone to see. Okay, so then once I get in here, okay, now I don't have it in here yet. Okay, I don't have it in here yet, but I would go to the pre-calculus class, say, let's imagine I did, okay. And then once I log in, my work will show up, okay? Now it's sort of important. I would say that it's important that it's important that you go in and look and see what are my assignments, okay? So go and see to the assignments, and you'll know what's due because that'll be on the schedule, okay? Okay, so we'll get that started, but first thing that you guys are going to need to be doing is getting into that. You do have a 2-week grace period. Okay, so you can get in there and work with MyLabs Plus for 2 weeks without paying for it. Okay, so I don't want to hear anybody saying I didn't know that. I've said it here. I'm going to say it in announcements, and it's going to be in the syllabus as well. Okay, so let me log out of here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about the syllabus. Okay. By the way, before I talk about the syllabus, all the stuff will be here on the home page. Okay, so eventually down here, I'll have your videos for the week to watch, as well as, you know, anything else that I have for you. It'll be in announcements. Okay, so videos over the material will be in here. Any announcements will be in, there's an announcements tab that should show up soon. Okay, and all those things will show up. Okay, they'll be, as we go along, you'll get used to it. But first thing, get on MyLabs Plus. Make sure you can watch the videos. But if you can't watch the videos, how are you watching it? I don't know. Don't ask those questions. Okay, let me go to the syllabus. I'm going to go to the syllabus through my other thing here. Okay, so this. Okay, so we got the syllabus here. Okay, Map 1147 Pre-Calculus Trigonometry. It's a 4-credit-hour course. We are in fall of 2020. You are either in the 12:30 or the 2 o'clock class. Okay. We're going to be doing I'm going to have live sessions. So during our normal class times, I will have live sessions where it'll be basically a discussion session where we discuss. I'm going to have some problems for you that we're going to discuss, but also it's going to be a time for you to ask questions. So basically my plan is that the first 30 minutes or so will be for you to ask questions. And then I have another 45 minutes to do a discussion on the sort of problems that I think that we can get in on some other sort of problems that I'm going to come up with. Okay? All right. If a grade in Canvas does not match MyLabs Plus, let me know. The grades in Canvas are the official ones. Okay? The grades in Canvas are the official ones. Okay. Our grading policy. We're going to have exams, homework and quizzes. All of these are going to be on MyLabs Plus. Okay, so exams, homeworks, and quizzes on MyLabs Plus. In-class discussion questions and video lecture questions and team activities. Okay, so each section that we cover will have a homework and a quiz. That's these two. Okay, and like every chapter, so a little bit more, we're going to have an exam. Okay, so that's in here. Okay, I'll get a little bit more into that in a minute. My in-class discussion questions, so I'm going to have some discussion questions, and I'll want you to write up what you gathered from that discussion. Okay, that'll be due on a weekly basis. And then the video lecture questions, on the lectures, I'm going to have a little quiz that goes with the lectures just to make sure you're watching them, or at least if you're not watching them, that you don't need to watch them. Okay, so just a sort of basic, like, this is what we covered. If you watch the videos, you should have no problem nailing those video lecture questions. Okay, and then the team activities, there's going to be 4 team activities throughout the semester. Those will be covered at another time. We'll get more in depth on that later. Okay. Grade scale is pretty typical. The only thing that's not so typical, we also did it in college algebra. The C is 65 to 74. So we have a very generous C in this course. Okay. I do not round grades. Okay, so when I say 96 is an A, I'm gonna have to play around with this. I'll make this a little bit different. Okay. Actually, I will say I will be rounding. 96.5 is going to be an A plus, although A plus doesn't really matter. 89.5 will be an A minus. Okay. 89.4 will be a B plus. Okay. You get the picture. Okay. This is our textbook. Okay. So there is a price on it from the bookstore. Okay. And you can also get this one. What I suggest is going ahead and buying the code directly through the website at MyLabs Plus. Okay, there is a 14-day grace period, and it's cheaper than these two prices. Okay, and you do get access to an online version of the textbook if you do that. Okay, so that's my suggestion. Here are the steps for how to log in the first time. If you have a college algebra, if you took college algebra here, you have all this. Okay, you just have to log in again, and it's going to be the same. It's connected to the one you bought in college algebra. If you took college algebra here at USF Tampa. All right. I'm not sure about the other satellites. Okay. You are expected to start working immediately. Okay, you are expected to start working immediately. These are the two calculators we use. Okay. This information is more, in pre-COVID times, but just take it as the same. All right. But yes, since we have Proctorio, if we catch another calculator on you, may result in a grade of 0. Okay, some content support. Textbook has the answers for the odd numbers problems. MLP has its own videos, okay? MLP has its own videos. There's tons of videos on YouTube over this material. So I honestly, I know that my videos may or may not be the best, but that's not the point. The point for me to make videos for you is that way you know what is important from the perspective of what we want you to know in this class, okay? So it's more about focusing your efforts, more about focusing or giving you something to focus on, okay? But if you like my videos, watch them. All right, but if you don't, that's okay too. Okay, Khan Academy also has some videos on some of these. And you can arrange to meet with me or the TA on Discord. I'm going to be generally keeping my my times to be the live session times. That's going to be your time to ask me questions. But if there's something that you need, and you're not able to get any help anywhere else, come and talk to me. But don't tell me that you couldn't meet during the live sessions. My live sessions are empty and no one's asking me questions, then I'm not going to be very I'm not going to be very open to meeting people outside of it. Okay. Again, your official grades are going to be on Canvas. Okay. All assignments are expected to be submitted by the assigned due date. And then I expect you to approach each assignment seriously, investing the necessary time and energy to prepare your response. Okay. Similar, these courses move fast and it's going to be online. All right. So make sure that you're ready for it. Okay, here are some factors. I think it's a good idea to schedule a specific time to study pre-calculus. Okay, at least 2 hours a day. Maybe not every day, but at least 5 days a week, 2 hours a day. Probably more, but that's a guess about how much time it's going to take. Okay, let's not fall behind. It's harder to catch up than to stay on top of things. Okay. Form a study group. I am going to create some sort of loose version of study groups for you guys. But if you know someone in the class that you want to be in a study group with them instead, go ahead and let me know. Or if you are in a study group and they aren't being very active, I can join you with other people that are looking for the same thing. Okay. So hopefully we'll get something going. Choose a quiet. I don't know how relevant that is. Okay, multitasking. When you're doing math, do math. Don't do other things. Okay. Self-motivate. Why are you taking this course? Okay, what is it you're trying to achieve? Okay, and be sure to reach out if you're having an issue. Okay, go ahead and send me an email. I do respond to email. Basically, I check my email once or twice a day. So I will not respond to it within like 30 minutes unless I happen to be there. But generally in the morning when I wake up, I'll check it. Well, when I wake up and get into work, and then before I log off of the of math for the day. Okay. All right. Makeup policy. There's not going to be so much. If you miss a test, don't miss tests. Don't miss things. All right. Homework and quiz makeups are not given. Exceptions may be made at the discretion of the instructor for university-related absences if the request is made 1 week prior to the assessment date, and valid documentation is provided. No makeup test will except for emergencies. Okay. All right, homework. Like I said before, there's going to be homework and quizzes for every section in MyLabs Plus. We do drop the 4 lowest. Okay, so if you miss one or you do badly on one, then I do drop the lowest 4. However, you do need to score a 70% on the chapter skills review before you attempt the homework. Okay, so that's not really an official homework, but you do need to have that achieved before you can take the homework. As well, you need to have a 70% on the homework before you can take the quiz. Okay, so you gotta be on top of it. You gotta be on top of things here. So chapter skills review, then the homework for the chapters, then the quizzes. Okay, now each homework you can do up to 4 attempts. Okay, each homework problem. The quizzes you can do unlimited attempts. Okay. Class clicker grades, that's actually going to be class discussion. Okay, so I'm not going to have you use the Reef app. I'm not going to have you use the Reef. I'm going to change that a little bit because that's going to be discussion questions. Okay, so I'll change that by the time you see this syllabus. Okay, video lecture questions. That's going to be the lectures that are for each video. Okay, we dropped 10 of those. That's a lot, okay, if you think about it. Okay, I'm not going to do it through Kaltura. I'm going to be doing it a different way. So I'm going to rewrite this for you. Okay, there's going to be 4 team activities. Okay, these are 4 team activities that you'll get the hang of those as we go along. Okay, 5 exams, with exam 5 being the final. So just like if you took college algebra, it's very similar. If you took college algebra here, if not, we give you 2 attempts for each midterm. Okay, if you don't like your first grade, then take the second one. Okay, if you like your first grade but maybe you wanted to do a little better and then you didn't do that much better, we'll still take the better one. Okay, so you have 2 attempts and we take the better of your 2 grades. So there's no loss in taking both attempts of the exam. All right, and then on top of that, if at the end of the semester you like the first 4 grades, then you're fine. Okay, so there's a total of, this should be 5. Oh, I'm looking at seeing all these typos here. This is a total of 5 exam grades. Okay, of these, the worst grade will drop. Subsequently, you can choose not to take the final exam, in which case the 0 received on the final will be dropped by default. Okay. All right, possible extra credit. Practice tests on MyLabs Plus. These are the only extra credit you're going to get. Okay, that's it. Okay, so take them and do them as well as you can. Okay, there's only 1 attempt at the practice test. Okay, all right. Here's the schedule. This will tell you when things are due. So on Monday, we're going to do 3.1. Or on Monday, I'm going to stop and say hello. But by Tuesday night, you should have 3.1 lecture quizzes due. Okay, so I'm going to have a quiz for lecture 3.1, and that's when you'll have it due. It'll be on Canvas. Saturday, your 3.2 quiz will be due. Okay. Saturday also, your MyLabs Plus for 3.1 will be due. Okay, and you can sort of see how this is going to work. 3.3 video lecture due Monday the 31st. MyLabs Plus for 3.2 due Tuesday, and so on and so forth. So these are the MyLabs Plus that are due. These are the video lectures that are due. Okay? You just go ahead and watch them and answer the quizzes. That'll be your grade for that. Okay? And the rest of this is basically it. So here we have the exams. So you're going to take the exam. For example, exam 1, this is going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of this week. Okay, you're going to be doing that with Proctorio. And if you don't like your exam grade, then take a day Monday to sort of reflect on what you made a mistake on. And then you can do it again Tuesday or Wednesday. All right? All right, and here you can sort of see what we're going to be covering. Okay, let's see, email. When you email me, please make sure you let me know what time the class you're in. If you're in the 12:30 class or the 2 p.m. class, okay? Be respectful, you know, be respectful, be nice, okay? Also, I may not email you the very minute that I get it, okay? There are really no major emergencies having to do with this class. There should not be. If there's an emergency, then that's a problem, okay? Then it's an emergency. But no, there should not be any emergencies, okay? This should be pretty straightforward. If you email me, I might not get back to you until tomorrow. Just deal with it, okay? All this stuff here, let's see. This is the stuff we're gonna cover. We're gonna start with chapter 3. So this stuff here is actually review of what we did at the end of college algebra. Then we're gonna go and skip right into chapter 9 and 10. Okay, then we're gonna do 3 chapters of trigonometry. Okay, so big, large section of trigonometry. Chapter 8, dealing with conic sections, and then derivatives at the end. Okay, that's sort of a lead into calculus. Okay, so that's basically what we're going to be working on in this semester. Okay? Here you've got all your course objectives. If you need to get in touch with student accessibility services, please do so and send me your accommodations. We'll respect that, of course. And I think that's it. Okay? All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.